today I want to discuss with all of you, I want to talk about the main reason why we all are always fighting, why people cannot get along and agree on things. And it's not that it is happening now, it has been happening since the beginning of time. Always people have been fighting, and they somehow cannot come into a certain agreement. This is going to be a very short video, and I want to leave it on you to think on the matter after I give you the reasons. And I'm sure if we all try to understand why it is so, and if we try to at least even have an intention to come together, understand the necessity to work together, to walk together, we can solve half of the conflicts. So why we have the conflicts in the first place? There are two major reasons. Reason number one, of course, difference in opinions and intentions. And reason number two is lack of patience. 90% of the fights, if you see arguments happening, in 90% of them, both the parties, whether like individually one or communities or institutions or two individual people, both the parties somewhere talk about the same thing or have the similar values, if not same, at least similar values and thought processes, but they don't have the patience and empathy. They don't have the patience to listen to the other person carefully, try to understand what they are saying, what they are thinking, what they are feeling. So even if we try to understand someone, it's so difficult to feel what another person feels, okay, see what another person is seeing, understand what the other person is going through. Now imagine if we don't have the patience to even listen to the other person, even let the other person express his thoughts and his views, what he's trying to say, what is his belief, what is his faith, then how much confusion it creates. After even like by listening we are not able to understand, it's not easy to understand another person. Then if we are not ready to listen even, and we want to just say our point, talk about what I want, what I feel, what I think, then what happens is that there's a lot of misunderstanding created. Okay, I'll give you a very small example. Suppose you are driving a car and I'm giving you direction, okay, but I'm not sitting in the car, I'm giving you direction over call. So when I tell you, it might have happened with everyone, like whether if you are driving or you have arrived somewhere, you are walking, whatever. So you ask someone like, okay, where to go? Now a person is saying there's a bank, so you take a right from the bank. Now the person might have said take a right, but in his vision, in his mind, he's thinking that the bank is on your right side and then you take a right. But maybe the bank is on your left side and you take a right and you land up in the wrong direction or at the wrong address, okay. He might say that from there the third building, okay, the third building. Now there might have been a small store or a shop. Now that's not a residential building, but you might consider that as a building and the other person might not consider it as a building. So most of the arguments, conflicts happen because we don't have the patience to listen to the other person. We are always jumping to speak about what we feel, what we think. We are always, like, it's our nature. It's from the ego. It comes that I have to prove I'm right. I have to prove I'm right. It's there. So from there we always start the argument without understanding what the other person is saying. So if we listen to the other person carefully, and instead of finding faults and points where I can just like trap him or I can prove him wrong, if we try to understand where are the values that we share, the common thoughts, the common values, the common goals and intentions, and then we talk about the ideas and differences, then half of the arguments or half of the fights can be stopped. And rest, small part comes, yes, happens because of the intentions of people. There also, if we can practice forgiveness and kindness, I mean, we don't have to get into every fight. I mean, you know, I have been working in corporates for several years, and I have seen several bosses. I have seen many team members. I have fought with many. I have also tolerated many. I have protested against many. I have also forgiven many. So I didn't get into all the fights because it is not necessary. So if we can do these two things, half of our problems will get resolved. Instead of trying to prove our points, if we can at least try to understand what the other person is saying, and if we can think for the greater good of humanity and the planet and the universe, at least for the greater good of humanity, it will do wonders, friends. Really, it will do wonders. And we should really think on this, because yes, end of the day, one might say like, we cannot change everything. Of course not. But we can begin the change. We can do something about it, so that tomorrow our children and their children, they can have a good life. They can have a better life. They can have a safer life, right? They can live harmoniously. I hope I could pass on my message to the right people. I could convey what I really meant to say. And I love you guys, because you're awesome and you are so important. Thank you for watching me, and please don't forget to subscribe to my channel, and see you until next time. Bye bye.